The pandemic is making it tougher to get into some of America's top colleges. Students returning after taking a gap year means there are fewer spots for new applicants. Top colleges say despite fewer openings, they're seeing a spike in applicants. The pandemic also meant this year's applicants did not need an SAT or ACT score to apply, which can sometimes help schools decide which students to accept. Let's check in with meteorologist Cindy Pressler.
On Friday is New Year's Day, and this year is going to be one of our warmer New Year's days here in Southwest Florida. The coldest one on record, 30 degrees back in 2001. I know many of you can remember that year. Warmest 87 degrees in 1991, and of course in 2003 we had almost 2 inches of rain. This is going to be a dry one and a very mild one. Past 5 years, actually, temperatures have been above average for the most part. The only year where we had a normal one was 2018 with a high of 75 degrees. So we are averaging well above average temperatures year after year after year because we have a warming planet right now. There's a lot going on here. Forecast lows tonight, very mild again. Lows will drop into the upper 50s to lower 60s. I'm thinking about 61, 62 ought to do it for Page. East-northeasterly winds that will continue tonight about 5 to 10 miles per hour. There are a few clouds out there like last night. There are high, thin clouds coming in from the Atlantic side of the state, so we're not expecting any rainfall tonight. It'll be dry. It's going to stay that way for a while. Look at all the dry air in place. Across the entire state of Florida, very dry conditions. Huge ridge of high pressure has been protecting us, and that's the way it's going to be as we head through the end of the week. So clouds tomorrow, well, just a few. We'll call it partly cloudy. Winds will start switching tomorrow in easterly direction, but by the time we get into Thursday, southeast to southerly direction, and that's why it's going to be warming up so drastically. So here is your holiday forecast. New Year's Eve, beautiful, partly cloudy to mostly clear skies and a low of 68 degrees. But of course, during the evening, when you're going to be out and about, maybe go out to dinner, have dinner outside, no problem whatsoever. Temperatures will be in the 70s. And then New Year's Day, wow, 85 degrees. It could go even a little bit above that, maybe 86 degrees. Some of the modeling is now trending a little bit warmer. Beautiful, partly cloudy conditions, winds out of the south-southeast. It's going to be breezy, though. Those winds will be gusting over 20 miles per hour. So right now, we've got 71 degrees, just a few high clouds at Page Field. Feels like 71 degrees with an easterly wind at 9 miles per hour. Rest of tonight, we'll go with partly cloudy skies. Again, the high clouds, 61, 62 degrees for a low at Page, a little bit cooler to the north. Winds out of the east-northeast at 5 to 10. 81 tomorrow, beautiful, warm conditions, easterly winds at 10 to 20. Ingman Marine forecast, boaters, small craft exercise caution, inland waters moderate chop, easterly winds at 15 knots. And here is your extended forecast as temperatures warm into the mid-80s Thursday, New Year's Eve. Wow. 85 degrees on New Year's Day. Cooler temperatures by next week as a cold front comes through on Sunday.
Thanks, Cindy. And if you're wondering which foods to feed your baby, new research supports a super nutrient helping babies grow stronger. Loneliness and hunger. The study showing how the two are related. A new study says babies and toddlers should be exclusively fed human milk or iron-fortified formula and keep that up through at least the first year. Nutrient-dense foods and potentially allergenic foods should be introduced at around 6 months. And by 2 years old, they say you really need to watch how much sugar and saturated fat kids eat, making sure they don't get any more than 10% of their daily calories from either. Feeling lonely affects the brain in the same way as hunger. Researchers at MIT reviewed brain scans of 40 participants who underwent a series of tests. Brain scans showed an overreaction to pictures of social scenes. In another study, participants who fasted showed an overreaction to pictures of food. Researchers say the reactions to feeling isolated and hungry were very similar.